Welcome back to Higher Hertz. My name is Alexis, here with another violin lesson video for you guys. And today we are going to be going over how to tune your violin. If you're completely new to tuning, most likely your violin is going to come with fine tuners, which is going to look like how this one right here does. And you'll have them on all 4 strings. That is probably the easiest way to go ahead and tune your violin if you haven't ever tuned before. Up here where the strings are also attached are called pegs, and you can do some greater adjustments with those. As you get more advanced, often you will take away the fine tuners and just use the pegs. On the E string, there's almost always going to be a fine tuner there, just because the string is quite thin and it stays mostly in tune, so you just need to make really slight adjustments with that string. So let's get started. When we tune, we always start by tuning the A string. So if you're not familiar, it goes E, A, D, and then G. So A is your second string here. It's the second highest string. And the way that you can start tuning if you are not used to what the notes sound like is to use a tuner. So this is the tuner that I use. There's all different kinds you can use. There's a lot of them online, so you can just access it on the web, or you can go ahead and purchase yourself a little tuner that you can use at home. Mine also has a metronome, which can be helpful then for when you want to do rhythm practice. So if you're using a tuner, I would start by go ahead and just play the open strings with the tuner, and it will tell you if you're a little flat or if you're a little sharp, and you can make adjustments based on that. What you want is ultimately for the line to go right in the middle there. Now, let me go ahead and show you how to move the fine tuner so that you have an idea of how to adjust. So the string I have my fine tuner on is open E, but you will want to start by tuning open A string. But for open E, if you'll bring your arm from where I was over here, you're going to bring it under and around. So you're holding the violin right now with your chin and with your shoulder. If this is uncomfortable, if you feel like you're going to drop the instrument, you can kind of like hug it a little bit more. Otherwise, bring it down and try and pluck in tune if you're worried about dropping it. But to go up, to make the note sharper, you're going to do righty-tighty. So that means that the tuner here is going to go in this kind of a motion. So again, that's you're bringing your hand over and around. Like on a clock, it's going up. So you're bringing it up towards the scroll. If you want to go down, it's going to be the opposite. You're going to do lefty-loosey, and it's going to move towards your face. So it's going to go down this way, and they should move pretty easily, and you can actually make quite a big difference when you move them. Just to demonstrate, here's going up and going back down. So you can see that it can make quite a big difference. Now, when you're ready to, you'll tune with the pegs. Now, the pegs can make a huge difference, and this is how we also, if you ever need to change a string, this is where you will disattach the string from the instrument. So to tune with the pegs, you are going to kind of grab with your thumb and your pointer finger. If it's like really, really tough sometimes, I'll even bring the instrument down, hold it on my knee, and you can then adjust by like really gripping it this way. If you're noticing you're having a lot of problems moving the pegs, go ahead and take it into your local luthier and have them look at them for you, because sometimes they can just be too dry or too humid, but sometimes they will need adjusting or shaving down or filling back out over time. Okay, so how to tune with a drone. This is the way that I tune for the A string. I always double check that I'm in tune with a 440 A every day. So let me demonstrate for you what that looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and take my tuner again, and I'm going to turn it on. Okay, so this is an A, and we'll tune our A to match this. So we're going to play our open A string. So right now I'm a little sharp. So I'm going to bring the peg towards me. I'm going to bring it down a little. And now we're too flat, so I got to bring it back up a little. So you may notice when you're doing this that it's a little tricky to get it exactly right. So feel free to kind of move it higher or quite a bit lower, and sometimes that'll help get it in place. So I'm almost exactly on the money, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pull the A string a little bit. And that helped a bit. Now it's a little too flat, so you can actually poke it behind the nut here, and that's going to bring it up a little. Awesome, so we're pretty much there. It can be really easy to get a bit discouraged while tuning, especially if you're new to tuning with the pegs or with the drone, because you're just not sure if you're hearing it exactly right. You can always ask a friend for help. If you do get too frustrated with it, go ahead and keep using the fine tuners back and forth as you need them. But just always remember that it's about enjoying playing the instrument, and there's no need to be getting too frustrated with it. So after I've tuned the open A string with the drone, then what you're going to want to do is tune the D string to the A string. So you're going to play the D string and the A string at the same time. So my D string's really flat right now. So I'm going to go ahead and bring the peg up so we're turning it towards the scroll. And it's okay to be really picky with tuning. Then we're going to go over to G string. So I'm a little sharp here. There we go. And now we're going to test our open A string and our E string. Oh, and this is interesting. So the E string fine tuner is actually a bit too loose. So I'm going to tighten it back up a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and move the peg for the E string. I don't really trust tuning the peg for the E string when I'm using my bow, so I'm going to pluck for this one. So I'm going to bring it down to my knee here. Oh, and my G string just moved there. I'm going to test that G and D again. There we go. And we'll test our E string now. Awesome. So we got all our strings in tune. So if you're new to violin, go ahead and start using a tuner that's going to tell you if you're sharp or flat. Use your fine tuners, and if you don't have them, you can go to a violin luthier and they can go ahead and actually put them in for you or give you a new tailpiece that will have them. Most beginner violins will already have fine tuners. If you need to use the pegs, Just be really careful, and sometimes they will slip or be a bit stuck, but you should be just fine. Always, also, when you are tuning, if you need to use the pegs and they're really stuck and you have to bring your violin down onto your leg, um, make sure that the strings aren't directly pointed at your face. The strings can snap sometimes under too much pressure, so either turn it slightly away from you, either direction, whichever feels most safe. Awesome. I hope this video was helpful for learning how to tune. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Always appreciate everything you guys have to say. My name is Alexis. This was another violin lesson video with Higher Hertz. I'll see you guys next time.